I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Our topic today is about traveling.
Yes.
And it's going home for the holidays. Now, in Korea, we have our big 설, 날, and 추석.
Yes.
So twice a year.
Yes.
But I would say that in America, it's really the big time is once a year. It's like Thanksgiving, Christmas. What do you think?
Well, you do it twice. The thing about American holidays...
But it's November and December.
Yeah, it's 1 month apart.
Right.
And the cold part of the year.
Yeah.
It's very annoying. Like, I feel like in Korea, they're 6 months apart.
Yeah.
And at least one of the holidays is kind of warm.
Kind of, right.
So travel is good. But when I was a child, where I'm from, there's snow and ice only at that time.
Only at that time.
So you're traveling at the worst time of the year.
And that's right. So Americans actually travel. And, you know, because, like, it's such a big country, they're often driving, but often taking the plane to go home.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're from a big city, like New York, California.
Right.
You might take a plane. We drove everywhere.
You did?
Like drive for like 8 hours.
Oh, my, 8 hours?
Yeah.
And how far does that get you?
We're still in the state.
We're still in Arkansas.
Still in Arkansas. Arkansas is bigger than Korea.
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
But it's only one state, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. Okay, so snowed in for New Year's Eve. So I feel that if you live far away from your parents, I think people usually either go for Thanksgiving or usually go for Christmas. I don't know if they're able to go twice.
Well, usually what you do, you go to one set of parents for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or grandparents.
Grandparents.
So mom's parents for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Dad's parents for Christmas. And then the next year you switch.
Okay.
Dad's parents for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Mom's parents for Christmas.
Okay, good to know. Now, if you're snowed in, what does this mean?
It means that because there is snow, you cannot leave your house.
Right. Okay. Now, here are some expressions that we're going to cover. If someone is a chip off the old block, CHIP.
It means that the person is similar to the parent, either in personality or character.
All right. To hunker down.
Hunker down means you are finding shelter.
Okay.
Because you cannot leave, you're just sticking there.
Okay. When you put it that way.
When you say it like that, when you use those words to explain that situation.
Yes. All right. Very good. So let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
You look and sound more and more like your father every year, Peyton. A chip off the old block.
I'll take that as a compliment. Too bad Manny isn't here.
At least we got to talk to him online. It looks like he's having a great time.
And here we are, hunkered down on New Year's Eve because of a snowstorm.
Well, we've got movies, eggnog, and a warm fireplace. What more could we want?
When you put it that way, there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Let's begin. Mom says, you look and sound more and more like your father every year. Peyton, a chip off the old block. So you have a clue here as to what chip off the old block means. You sound and you look more like your father every year.
Yes.
Okay? A chip off the old block. What does this mean?
So when you usually say you're a chip off the old block.
Yeah.
Or you can just say a chip off the old block. It means that you, as the child, look or act or sound very much like your parents.
Right.
And often same-sex parents. So like a daughter looking like the mom, looking or sounding like the mom, the son sounding or acting like the dad.
Okay, now here's my question to you. Would you use this more with the son than the daughter?
Definitely more the son.
Yeah, right? I mean, I don't see this, I don't hear this too much being used on a daughter.
Yeah.
Regarding the resemblance to the mother. But definitely a son, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, weirdly, culturally, in America at least, I feel there is more pressure for the son to be like his father
Yes.
than the daughter
To be like her mother.
mother.
I agree. It's kind of like, it's like the generational thing.
Right.
Carrying down your family name.
Right.
Yeah.
The reputation, it does feel like reputation
Yeah.
follows the men in a family
that's right.
more than the women in it. Even if the mom was really good.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, a cultural thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Peyton says, I'll take that as a compliment. Too bad Manny isn't here. Okay. If you start a sentence, and this is our power pattern, I'll take that as a, and then usually followed by a compliment.
Right.
Okay. I'll take that as a. What are you saying?
I'll take that as a 뭐뭐로 받아들일게요. Like, I will interpret it as that.
Yeah.
So, the mom says, you look like your father. You sound like your father. Depending on who your father is, and if you like your father,
Right.
that could be a good thing
Or a bad thing.
or a bad thing.
Right.
Right? So, Peyton's saying, I don't know how you meant it, but I'm going to interpret that
Yeah.
as this thing. And in this case, a compliment.
Right. So when you say, I'll take that as a, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Is basically saying, you didn't say it, but this is how I will respond.
Right. Because this happens a lot in like multicultural settings. Some cultures have certain like beauty standards, right? That don't really make sense. So for example, if a Korean says to an American, you have such a small face.
Yeah.
The American is not actually going to understand.
Yeah. Huh?
What is
Small face.
What is that small face?
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
Is that good?
But you
Bad?
might say, oh, okay, I'll take it as a compliment.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it sounds like you're calling me an alien.
Yeah.
It's a little weird looking.
It's true.
You sound like you're saying it in a good way.
Yeah.
So I'll take it as a compliment.
Very good.
Yeah.
And compliment is 칭찬.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does mom say?
At least we got to talk to him online. It looks like he's having a great time.
Okay, remember, Manny isn't there. He's
Yeah.
in Bali, right? With his friends. Peyton says, and here we are, hunkered down on New Year's Eve because of a snowstorm.
Yeah.
So because of the snow, they are hunkered down. Hunkered, hunkered down. What does this mean?
This means you are taking shelter. You are in a safe place. Maybe literally here. They're in the house, so they're not leaving. There's also a feeling like you may be hiding.
Yeah.
Or the feeling is you're in like a cave and it's cold and you build a fire.
Yeah.
And you're like bent over the fire trying
Yeah.
to stay warm.
Right.
But you're trying to like stay away from the enemy.
Yeah.
That's the whole kind of feeling of hunkered down.
Hunkered down. Good. Okay, so, and the reason why is because they're in a snowstorm. They cannot go anywhere.
Yeah.
They're kind of stuck. And then what does mom say?
Well, we've got movies, eggnog, and a warm fireplace. What more could we want?
Yeah, so mom is like, don't worry, we've got lots of things to do and to eat, and we've got a fireplace.
Yes.
And Peyton says, when you put it that way, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. And this is our expression, when you put it that way.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
This means you said it in a certain way that changed my mind. That changed the way I thought.
Okay.
So Peyton was kind of like, oh, man.
Oh, darn, we're stuck
We're
in a
in the house.
snowstorm.
And then mom's like, but we've got movies and eggnog
Yeah.
and warm fireplace
And lots of leftover
and lots
food.
of leftover food.
Yeah.
Now Peyton's like, you know what? Now that you say that, when you say it that way, it actually sounds nice.
It's like, almost like, because of what the person said, he suddenly changed his way of thinking.
Yeah. When you put it that way,
Yeah.
it sounds really good.
It sounds good.
It can be positive or negative.
Yeah.
You thought something was positive, but then someone explains it in a different way.
Yeah.
Oh, when you put it that way,
Oh, that's not good.
I guess I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's kind of the way they say it and all those things. And then you kind of go, oh, And then there's a change of mind.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
You look and sound more and more like your father every year, Peyton. A chip off the old block.
I'll take that as a compliment. Too bad Manny isn't here.
At least we got to talk to him online. It looks like he's having a great time.
And here we are, hunkered down on New Year's Eve because of a snowstorm.
Well, we've got movies, eggnog, and a warm fireplace. What more could we want?
When you put it that way, there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
It's time for Power Note. Let's look at pages 136 and 37. Chip off the old block means that basically the son resembles the dad.
Yeah.
It could be the mom resembles, or the daughter resembles the mom, but usually often used with sons.
Yeah, it's usually with sons.
Yeah. Tyler has your dry sense of humor and quiet nature.
He's a chip off the old block.
Okay, it's another way of saying like father, like son.
Like father, like son, definitely.
Johnny grew up to become a successful lawyer. He's a chip off the old block. So Johnny's father was a famous lawyer. Johnny is also a successful lawyer.
Yes.
He's a chip off the old block.
Yes. So there is also, like you said, like father, like son. There is also one that is the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
So I would say, you might correct me on this, the difference between these two are chip off the old block is often with pride. There's often a positive meaning to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas the apple doesn't fall far from the tree is negative.
Oh, yeah.
You lie just like your father. Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. More used in the negative, definitely.
Right. I think the apple falling far from the tree is more negative, and chip off the old block is usually positive.
Positive. Okay.
There's some pride.
Right.
Or at least neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting because really, if you look at the meaning, if you do a dictionary search or internet search, it's like, oh, that resembles. But then these are the little things that you need to know.
Yeah.
To make sure that you use them properly. Okay, so chip off the old block. I can't say I'm a daughter.
Yeah. But compared to your mom, do you think you're like a chip off the old block from like your mom?
Kind of, sort of.
A little
but
bit?
I really take after my dad.
Do
you know that the first daughter, like usually the oldest daughter, almost always resemble the dad?
Because they got to be like a leader, and they have to like take care of.
I don't know, but personality-wise, even facial features.
Huh. Interesting.
I am a carbon copy of my dad.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm a lot like my mom.
Yeah, sons are usually like the moms.
Yeah, my sister, firstborn,
is like your dad.
Is like my dad.
Absolutely.
And I'm
like your mom. Yeah. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hunker down.
Yes.
It means to take shelter or refuge. You're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
You know? So you need to hunker down.
Find somewhere safe.
I hear the typhoon siren.
Quick, let's hunker down in the storm shelter.
Yeah. Now, typhoon, hurricanes, this is very common in certain states in America. Tornadoes. Right, so there's like a shelter area.
Like a small, safe place that you can wait for the storm to pass. And that, I think, is a very good part of this meaning, is that something bad is happening outside.
Right.
And you're just waiting in the safe spot.
Right.
Until it ends.
Until it passes. Yeah. That's right. Okay. As the wind increased, the boys hunkered down in a cave to avoid the falling trees.
Right. So they're going to wait until the wind stops blowing so hard.
Right. So, usually like with natural disasters or like weather conditions, you need to hunker down.
Right.
Yeah?
I think that, in modern life, most of the time it's weather related. Unfortunately, sometimes this is used for like war,
War, yeah.
those types of, bad things that happen.
Right.
But it's often a very big thing that is dangerous happening outside.
Yeah.
If it's more equal, like let's say if it's a bad situation between two people and they're fighting,
Yeah.
and one person goes to hide,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if it would be a hunker down, because the power situation is more equal.
Right.
It'd have to be a storm or a bomb
Yeah.
or something
Right.
really big.
Attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
The
you're
whole army.
hunkering. Yeah,
That's
where
right.
you're hunkering down away
Okay.
from something.
Very good. Now, when you put it that way, what you're saying is, if you say it like that, I'm
Oh,
thinking it differently.
That makes me
now.
think about it differently.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I don't think I ever want to get married.
When you put it that way, I think we should probably break up. Right?
Oh, we're in a relationship.
You're in a
Right.
you're dating your boyfriend girlfriend, and I said, I don't think I ever want to get married.
I don't want to get married.
Well, would you put it that way?
Why stay together?
Why stay together?
When you put it that way, there's no reason I would ever want to leave this company.
So maybe you kind of
Maybe I
think,
should go.
maybe I should leave. But then your company says something like, we're really trying to help you.
We're going to give you stock options.
Yeah, this is the reason we're doing this thing.
Uh-huh.
And it changes your mind.
Right. I'll take that as which is
Yes.
a very interesting pattern. If you say, I'll take that as it's saying basically,
This is how I'll understand it.
this is how that's right.
Right? This is how I'll interpret what you said.
Okay. I'll take that as a maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I could go, but I'm not sure,
Okay, take some time. I'll take that as a maybe.
Okay.
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, I really don't like seafood.
Oh, okay.
So no sushi restaurant.
Okay, no, I'll take that as a no. Okay, cool.
Right. Okay. So, so the other person doesn't say yes or no or isn't very clear, but their statement is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. Compliment is our power vocab on page 138.
Yes.
Check out the definition. And let's go ahead and thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원회